right around 2 in the afternoon, there was a request for a sidebar, I believe, by Mr. Kading. This had been questions by Mr. Kading on cross-examination with the officer who testified, and questions related to what had potentially been relayed to the officer by Mr. Ali. There had been a couple of objections, I think 3 total, to questions asked by Mr. Kading. I sustained the objections, and Mr. Kading asked for the sidebar, and he, at sidebar, indicated what he was trying to ask and that he wasn't asking that there be any specifics related to his questions as to what Mr. Ali was talking to the officer about. Ms. Zoe indicated that the response called for hearsay, because if the witness were allowed to answer the question, it would be confirming what Mr. Ali was saying, and that was hearsay. And then Mr. Kading indicated that he would rephrase. I didn't make a specific ruling because I had already ruled on the objections, and I think Mr. Kading was just seeking clarification at the sidebar, and then questioning went on. Mr. Kading, anything that you would like to add to the sidebar? No, Your Honor. Ms. Zoe, anything you'd like to add to the sidebar?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Leary, anything you'd like to add to the sidebar?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We'll go ahead and bring the jury in, and the witness can be recalled to take the stand.
Thank you. May I step out with you?
Yes. You may go ahead and come forward through the center again and retake the stand. And you can stand or sit however you prefer. Yes. Please be seated. And members of the jury, we're going to continue with the direct examination of this witness. Ms. Stone, you may continue.
Thank you. May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Ms. Wagner, I'm going to show you what's been admitted as State's Exhibits 29 through 33. If you could look at those silently to yourself for a moment, and then look up at me when you're done, please. Do you recognize what those are, ma'am?
I do.
What are those?
That is our pickup truck.
In each of those photos?
In each of the, do you want me to flip? Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
In the photos, yes, there is our pickup truck pulled into the left turn lane in front of the high school.
Do those appear to be true and, well, are those from October 18th of 2024?
Yes.
Okay. Do those appear to be true and accurate representations of your vehicle and those events as it appeared to you on that day?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take those back from you. May I publish, please, Your Honor?
That's
may.
me.
I'm going to start with State's Exhibit 29. So starting first with State's Exhibit, actually, I'm going to go backwards. Start with State's Exhibit 30. What are we looking at State's Exhibit 30? What is this a photograph of?
This is our pickup truck.
Okay. And where is that vehicle located?
In just a moment. You can put the pointer down.
So what I'm actually going to ask you to do, if you don't mind, pick the pointer back up for a moment. Just move the cursor off the middle of the photograph. Thank you so much. So in State's Exhibit 30, where is your vehicle located?
The vehicle is parked in the left turn lane that would be turning in towards the high school.
Okay. And on State's Exhibit 31, what are we looking at here? What is that a photograph of?
That is a photograph of the front of our vehicle over on the right-hand side of the picture.
Okay. Is that the same on State's Exhibit 32?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is that where your vehicle remained until you moved it into the parking lot as you've described?
It is.
And somewhat redundant, but State's Exhibit 33. Is that the same vehicle?
That is also our vehicle, yes.
Okay. So when we look at State's Exhibit, actually I want to show you a couple more photos. May I approach, Honor?
Yes.
I'll show you State's Exhibit 16 would have been admitted as State's Exhibit 16 through 20. Ask you to look at those silently to yourself for a moment and look up at me when you're done. And Ms. Wagner, do you recognize what I've handed you there?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And what are those?
These are pictures of our vehicle.
And are those pictures of your vehicle during the events about which you've just been speaking?
Yes,
Okay. Do those appear to be true and accurate representation of those events?
they do.
I'm going to go grab those from you. May I approach, Honor?
You may.
May I publish, Honor?
Yes.
So in State's Exhibit 16, Ms. Wagner, zoom in a little bit. It'll take it just a moment. And so, based on what you're observing here, what is happening in this portion of the video, if you can tell?
In this portion of the video, we have
Well, I'm sorry. This is a photograph.
Thank you, of the video still shot. Thank you.
in this picture, we have stopped in the turn lane that turns into the high school in our pickup truck, and it looks like that's my husband getting out. It's a little blurry, so it's hard to see.
Okay. So I'll follow that with State's Exhibit 17. Does that help?
Yes, it does. That is my
Okay.
husband crossing the street.
And your husband, when you say that's your husband crossing the street, can you just identify where he's located in the picture with the description, please?
He is the gentleman that is just over the white line with the sweatshirt and the ball cap on in the street.
Okay. I'm showing you State's Exhibit 20. And do you see anyone in that photograph that you recognize?
Yes, I am standing outside of the truck, just inside the driver's side door, but standing on the street.
Okay. And is that, as you've described in your testimony, after moving out of the passenger side?
Yes.
Okay. And a few moments ago, you looked at State's Exhibit 29. Do you recall that?
Just now?
In a batch before. Do you recall seeing yourself in another
I
photograph?
do recall seeing myself, yes, in another picture.
Okay, I'm showing you what's been admitted as State's Exhibit 29. Can you identify where you're located in this photograph?
Yes, I am in the upper right-hand corner wearing a red skirt.
And is that where my finger is pointing right here?
That's correct, that's me.
And that's in the upper right-hand area of the Exhibit 29.
And Miss Wagner, you looked at those photos, is that correct?
I did?
And are you familiar with those photos being associated with a video?
Yes, I am.
And have you seen that video before?
I have seen that video.
And based on your review of that video, was that a true and accurate representation of those events as they occurred?
Yes.
Permission to publish State's Exhibit 34 previously admitted, Your Honor?
You may.
Ms. Wagner, I'm going to play State's Exhibit 34. When you see yourself show up on that, can you tell me and I will pause it?
Yes.
Thank you. So I'm playing it from the beginning at 2:12:52. And this is the road view video.
There I am.
Okay. And so is that your head just peeking out of the driver's side?
It is, yes, after I'd crawled over the console.
Okay. Were you able to watch what was happening then while you were coming from the passenger side to the driver's
I
side?
was able to see,
Can
yes.
you indicate the time you stopped the video, please?
Yes, Your Honor. 2:14:13 p.m. Is that correct? Is that what it says?
That's what it says, yes.
Okay. And had you started calling 911 yet, or did that happen afterwards? If you know.
I honestly couldn't say. It was between that time and the time that I got out of the vehicle.
Okay. So I'm going to start it and then play until we see you across the street. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I was on the phone with 911 at that point.
Okay. at 2:14:25 is when you noted that.
Yes.
Okay, I've paused the video at 2:15:47. Ms. Wagner, what was happening there when you were coming across the street? Can you explain to the jury what they were seeing?
When I was coming across the street, I had seen the young woman who was on the ground had gotten up and was stumbling through the trees there, and there was a young man who was helping her, and then the two women that I had described earlier that were in black were trying to get towards the young woman, and the young man that was with her was trying to prevent them. So I had ran over because there was still physical altercation happening, and I was screaming at everybody to stop. So
Okay, thank you. And was the young woman at that time going towards the two women all in black or away from them?
away from.
Okay. Thank you. I have no further questions at this time.
Thank you. Mr. Kading, cross-examination.
No questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Leary, cross-examination.
Just briefly. Thank you for being here. So your husband out of the truck, correct?
Yes.
Runs across the street. Yes?
Yes.
All right. And then you climb over into the driver's seat, correct?
Yes.
And then at some point you call 911.
Yes.
And it appeared that from the video that your husband kind of had the situation under control before you had actually come across the street. Is that fair? If you recall.
If I recall, I was uncertain about whether the situation was under control or not.
Okay. Just from what you could see from where you were.
That's correct.
Okay. Nothing further. Thank you.
Thank you. Any redirect?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
May this witness be excused?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Any objection, Mr. Kading?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Leary?
No objection.
You are excused. You may step down. You're free to go or stay, however you so desire.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Stone, call your next witness, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. State Charles Josh Wagner. May I step out for treatment?
You may. Forward, please. And will you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be true and correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Please be seated. And Ms. Stone, you may inquire when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi,
Can you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
my name's Josh Wagner, W-A-G-N-E-R.
And are you employed, sir?
Yes,
How so?
self-employed on my own business.
And are you familiar with the area of Timberline High School located at 6120 Mullen Road Southeast?
Yes, it's close to my house.
Okay, is that in Lacey, Washington?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you in or around that area on October 18th, 2024, just after 2 p.m.?
Yes.
And where were you coming from?
Brunch. It was my birthday, so I'd gone out to brunch that morning.
So it kind of what?
It was my birthday. I'd gone out to brunch that morning, so I was heading home.
Okay. Who were you with, if anyone?
Mary Wagner,
And who was Mary?
my wife.
And what kind of vehicle do you drive?
2016 Ram 2500.
And when you were on your way home from brunch, was there any anything significant that occurred that you observed?
Yeah, in front of the school, there was a pack of kids that looked like they were fighting. So pulled into the turn lane to stop the fight.
Okay. And when you say the school, what school you were?
Timberline High School.
Okay. So when I ask questions, I'm just going to ask you to pause for just a second. It's natural for people to talk over each other, but we have a court reporter and she has to write it down. So if
Okay.
you can just pause for a second, okay? So you said Timberline High School, is that right?
Yes.
And you said you saw a pack of kids. Where was that pack of kids? Where was this event occurring?
At the bus stop in front of the school.
Okay. And what did you do when you observed that incident?
I pulled into the turn lane and exited my vehicle and approached the kids.
Why did you approach the kids? I mean, let me ask this a different way. Have you seen fights before?
Yes.
Okay. Do you stop your vehicle in the middle of the road for fights?
If it's a one-on-one fight, I wouldn't stop necessarily. But it was a huge mob of kids, and to me, that's unjust.
Okay. And so as you see that, was this a different scenario?
Yes.
Okay. When you got out of your vehicle and you got closer, did your opinion about what was occurring change?
Absolutely. I realized it was not.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some follow-up questions,
Okay.
okay? When you got closer, what did you see?
I seen a grown man choking a young teenage girl.
And you say choking, what does that mean to you?
He was on his back and had the young girl on top of him in a rear naked choke.
That is a pretty specific term. So tell me what you mean by that. Why do you use that term?
That's what I know it is called. He had his arm wrapped around her neck.
How do you know that's what it's called?
I was in the military and we did training, and
What branch of the military?
U.S. Army.
Okay. What did you do in the Army?
I was a mechanic.
And you said you did training. Were you associated with any particular unit that gave you that type of training?
I was in the special ops community.
And so when you say you observed him holding her in a rear naked choke, is that a specific hold that you're familiar with based on your training?
Absolutely.
How long were you in the Army?
13 years.
So what did you do when you made that observation about what the adult male was doing to the young female?
I stopped him from choking her.
Okay. Were there any other adults that were present at the time that you observed?
There was a adult woman screaming and crying. I didn't know who it was at the time.
What about any other adult males there besides the one that you've identified on the ground?
Not initially, no. Not that I remember.
Okay. Yeah, Bertrand?
You may.
I'm going to show you what's been admitted. Mr. Wagner, Estates Exhibits 1 and 4. Ask you to look at those silently yourself and then look up at me when you're done, please.
And Mr. Wagner, could you pull yourself just a little bit
Yes,
closer
ma'am.
to that microphone and make sure you don't speak directly into it, but closer to it?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And do you recognize what I've handed you in States Exhibits 1 and 4?
Yes, ma'am.
What are those?
Aerial view map of the area of Mullen and Timberline High School.
Okay, do those appear to be true and accurate representations of that area as it appeared to you on October 18th of 2024?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take them back from you. May I publish, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm showing State's Exhibit 1. Mr. Wagner, can you identify, describe on this photograph where you were coming from, which direction you were heading to for the jury, please?
I was coming from, I was on Mullen from top left, traveling towards the bottom right on Mullen.
Okay. And that's almost intersects the bottom left corner of that photograph. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Showing you State's Exhibit 4. And you described where you stopped your vehicle. Where was that on this photograph?
Right where it says Mullen, in that turn lane, in front of the bus stop symbol.
I'm gonna scale out for just a hair. Okay, so are you talking about this bottom left-hand arrow here?
Yes.
Okay. And where was
the bottom left of the exhibit?
Yes.
and where was this event occurring as you recalled it?
Pretty much right where that bus stop symbol is.
Okay. Was it on concrete or was it on dirt? If you remember.
Where it started, I don't remember, but it ended in the dirt.
Okay. So where you ended up was in the dirt. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. When you saw the female that was being choked by the adult, how old did this individual look to you? Are you talking a child, an adult? Where in that range would you assess this female?
Teenage girl.
Okay. Were there, besides the adult female that you described, the adult male, the young female, were there any other people present that you recall?
Yeah, there was a pretty good group of kids trying to stop what was going on. I couldn't tell you how many. I would estimate 5 to 10 roughly.
Was it apparent to you that they were trying to stop what was going on?
Yes.
How would you describe their demeanors in terms of how did they present to you?
They were very frantic and afraid.
Did you observe whether that, well, let me back up. The adult female that you saw, how was she dressed in appearance? If you remember.
She had a head covering on.
Okay. Did you see if she was assisting? You've described yourself as assisting in trying to remove the young female from the older male. Were there any other adult males that were helping you with that?
No, not initially.
Okay. What about later?
There was the bus driver that got out, and he was kind of standing there. I don't think he knew what to do.
Okay.
And by that point, it was already kind of under control.
Okay. And what about that adult female that with the head covering? Was she assisting in any way, helping remove the
I don't
female
remember that. I wasn't focused on that.
Okay. You don't remember her assisting?
No.
And do you recall a young man that was present at the scene? I mean, apologies. That was poorly worded. Do you recall any of the kids specifically that were there at the scene as if they were helping?
No. I mean.
Okay. Do you remember, in terms of the adult female that was present at the scene, if she was saying anything? You described her as crying. Do you remember if she was saying anything at the time?
She was speaking in. She wasn't speaking English.
Okay. So she was saying something, but not in English.
Yes.
When you saw the young female, how did she appear to you when you saw her?
Her face was changing colors when she was being choked.
What kind of colors? I mean, when you say that, what does that
She
mean
was
to you?
going to lose consciousness if it continued.
When you arrived, did you say anything to the adult male that was choking her?
No.
Okay. Was the impact of the kids, was that having any effect on them, on the adult male releasing the female?
No.
How would you describe the adult male's build?
He's a decent sized guy.
Would you recognize him if you saw him again?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see him in court today?
Yes.
If you are able to, could you please identify where he's located and an article of clothing that he's wearing?
He's wearing a dark blue blazer or sport jacket, sitting near the window.
Then I just ask that the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant.
The record will reflect that the witness has identified Mr. Ali.
Did you speak with him at all during the course of this, if you recall?
No.
Okay. How would you describe the build of the young female? How did she appear to you? I mean, I know what you described her kind of physical appearance as the events were occurring, but how would you describe her build?
She seemed to be a petite girl.
And did you speak with her at all?
No.
While you were there with Mr. or the male, was he saying or doing anything? Was he speaking to the female in any way that you observed?
Not that I recall.
Did you know any of these people?
No.
Okay. And is there any way you could have confused what was occurring with maybe just a hug or a restraint type hold?
Absolutely not.
Why do you say that?
It was due to the young girl's color changing and recognizing what was going on. It was very obvious she was being choked.
And at some point then, was the young female able to get away from the male?
Yes.
And how did that, how or when did that occur?
Once I took control of the situation and removed his arm from around her neck.
Okay, and where did she go, if you know?
I don't remember.
Okay. What did you do next?
I just held him there until the police arrived and told the kids to call 911.
And did law enforcement arrive?
Yeah, shortly.
Okay. And did you speak with law enforcement?
Yes.
Okay.
You may.
Mr. Wagner, I'm going to show you what's been admitted as states exhibits plural 16 through 20 and 30. Will you look at those silently to yourself and then look up at me when you're done, please, sir? Do you recognize what I've handed you there?
Yes.
And what are those?
Security cam footage from the bus showing my vehicle and me exiting my vehicle and the group of kids.
And do those appear to you to be a true and accurate representation of that scene as it appeared on October 18th of 2024?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take those back from you. Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Yes.
Just showing you State's Exhibit 16, what is depicted, Mr. Wagner?
That's my vehicle in the turn lane. I think that's Mary standing there.
Okay. State's Exhibit 17. Mr. Wagner, do you recognize who that is?
Yeah, that's me.
And is that just after you've exited your vehicle?
Yes.
And State's Exhibit 18. Do you see yourself in that photograph?
Maybe partially behind the guy with the safety vest on, but I mean, I would have to really look in that.
So let me ask you this. On the right-hand side of the photograph, there appears to be a person in a camouflage hat.
That'd be me.
Okay, so you're the camouflage hat throughout these photographs?
Yep.
Okay. When you arrived at the scene and made contact with the adult male at the time, was he conscious and actively engaged?
Absolutely.
Okay. I have nothing additional for you at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kading, cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wagner, fair to say that you came upon this scene sometime after it had started?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fair to say you don't really have any idea how long that was?
No.
Okay. And I guess I was confused about your description. When you first came up, you said that the young girl was on top
Yes.
of the man? Okay. And so was he on his back?
Yes.
And it was you that made him let go?
Yes.
All right. And after he let go, did he move anymore?
He tried to get up. That's it.
Okay. How long after the young woman got up did he try to get up?
I don't remember the exact time. It was shortly afterwards.
Mr. Kading, can I have you just get a little bit closer to that microphone?
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Okay. And so, when he tried to get up, did you stop him?
Yes.
All right. And did you at some point roll him onto his side?
Yes.
Why?
To keep him there until the police arrived.
All right. And when the police arrived, did you immediately let him go?
Once the police arrived, they took control of the situation.
Okay. But you walked him up to the police car, right?
I helped the police, yes.
Okay. Are you a police officer?
No, sir.
Okay. And the bus driver was there. Can you describe him?
No, I don't really recall what he looked like other than the high-vis vest.
Okay. So you know it was him wearing that?
Yes.
All right. I have no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Cross-examination, Mr. Larry.
Briefly, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Mr. Wagner.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
So, have you seen the video?
Yes.
Okay. And did the prosecutor show it to you, or did you see it somewhere else?
It was a public records request.
Okay. So did you file a public records request?
Yes.
Okay. And so you got the video. Did you get police reports or just the video?
Just the video.
Okay. And when was that?
Months ago. I don't remember the exact time.
Okay. How many times do you think you've watched the video?
A few times. I mean, couldn't give you a number.
Okay. All right. So, from the looks of it, you were able to kind of get control of Mr. Ali relatively quickly. Is that fair?
Yes.
All right. So you kind of, we've seen the still shots of you getting out of the truck, correct? Yes.
Yes.
And then running across the street, correct?
Yes.
And then you kind of make your way through the crowd, and then you pointed out, or you recognized your hat, correct?
Yes.
And at that point, you then go down kind of hands-on, correct?
Yes.
And was there anything in between you and Mr. Ali in terms of your ability to get to him?
Just the kids, the group of kids that was around.
Okay, and they were mostly standing around?
Yes.
All right, so you kind of work your way through, and then when you go to the ground, you're able to kind of get hands-on Mr. Ali almost immediately.
Yes.
And you're able to free the young woman from his grasp, correct?
Yes.
And that's almost immediately?
It was pretty quick.
All right. And you described an older woman wearing a headscarf, correct?
Yes.
And you said older in the sense that there was a younger woman with a headscarf and then an adult woman. Fair?
I didn't say anything about a young woman with a headscarf.
Okay. Okay. So how many women did you see there with a headscarf?
One that I recall right now.
Okay. And that's exactly what you're supposed to do. I appreciate you correcting me. So you saw a woman with a headscarf.
Yes.
Okay. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, so how would you characterize her age?
Roughly my age or older.
Okay. And you are how old?
I'll be 43 this year.
Okay. So an adult woman with a headscarf.
Yes.
All right. And so, and you described her as kind of upset and crying.
Yes.
And where was she in proximity to you?
15, 20 feet maybe.
Okay. Did she get in your way at all?
Not that I recall.
Did you see her getting in the way of anyone trying to kind of address the situation?
Not that I recall.
Okay.
I wasn't focused on that.
All right. And so basically, if I'm correct, you get out of the truck, you get over there, work your way through the kids, and you are able to kind of put this to rest almost immediately.
Pretty quick.
And then you're able to hold down Mr. Ali, correct?
Yes.
And other than him attempting to get up once, was he actively fighting you?
No.
Okay, right. And so you're just kind of waiting there, counting the seconds till the police come,
Yes.
and then they take over, correct?
Yes.
All right. All right. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Ms. Stone, redirect.
Briefly, Your Honor, thank you. Mr. Wagner, when you assisted law enforcement, do you remember how many law enforcement were present? Were there multiple officers that came up to you or one officer?
Just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of the time that the older man was down on the ground, it was essentially you and that one officer. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And that one officer didn't ask you to step back, disengage, anything like that?
No.
Okay. And when you say pretty quick, you got the older man in control pretty quick, was that because he suddenly decided to cooperate with you?
I don't know if that's why. It was just, I mean, adrenaline was going pretty quick and it happened very fast.
So when he, let me ask this a different way. When the young female was released, what did that look like from the older man? Did he just suddenly hands up, push her away, I'm done with her, or something else?
He tried to get up and I didn't allow him to get up.
Okay, so to be clear, she was released because of your engagement with him, not because of a voluntary choice by him.
Yes. He released because of me getting involved.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Mr. Kading, any further cross-examination?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Larry? May this witness be excused?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Any objection, Mr. Kading?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Larry?
No, Your Honor.
You are excused. You may step down. You're free to stay or go.
Officer Beltran is present. Your Honor.
All right, so if you would come forward, please, through the middle. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be true and correct? Please come forward and be seated. I'm gonna need you to speak up, okay?
Okay.
Good afternoon, officer.
Good afternoon.
Can you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Yes, Justin Beltran, Beltran.
Are you employed, sir?
I am.
How so?
I'm employed by the city of Lacey with the police department.
And how long have you been employed by the city of Lacey?
9 years.
Can you briefly describe some of your training and experience in law enforcement, please, sir?
Yes. Successfully completed the basic law enforcement academy at the Washington State Criminal Justice Training Commission in Burien, Washington, and have had my peace officer certification since July of 2016. There received training in criminal law, criminal procedures, police tactics, firearms, defensive tactics, evidence gathering, as well as many other topics. Prior to joining the Lacey Police Department, I was employed by the Washington State Department of Corrections as a community corrections officer in King County. I also graduated from the Basic Community Corrections Officers Academy in November of 2015. As a community corrections officer, I was responsible for supervising community members that were on active probation and parole. I also received my Bachelor of Arts degree from Central Washington in Law and Justice in 2012.
Okay. And what are your current duties as a patrol or as an officer? What do you do for Lacey PD?
Yeah, I'm currently assigned to the investigative unit as a school resource officer. I'm one of 3.
I'm going to ask you just to come back a tiny bit from the microphone. It's a really sensitive microphone. If you're super close, it gets garbled. If you're too far back, it doesn't pick you up.
Is this better?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm one of 3 school resource officers that work with the North Thurston Public School District. Typically throughout the school year, I work with school administration, students and their families to find solutions to, difficult situations. And then I'm also responsible for being on site at the various schools, assisting in school-related events and working with community partners to keep our students safe on and off campus.
And when you are working as a school resource officer, how are you dressed? How do you show up for that job?
The usual black jumpsuit, my duty belt, and my external carrier. I look very similar to the other officers that are working patrol or responding to your 911 calls. And I do have a marked police vehicle.
Is that uniform slightly different than what you're wearing today?
It is.
Okay, what are you wearing today?
We would consider these our Class A's or our formal wool uniform.
Okay, so it doesn't have, is it fair to say it doesn't have your gear and equipment attached to it?
Correct.
Okay. And were you employed by the Lacey Police Department in October of 2024?
I was.
And were you working on October 18th, 2024 at approximately 2:14 p.m.?
I was.
Did you become involved in an investigation occurring at Timberline High School located at 6120 Mullen Road Southeast in Lacey, Washington?
I did.
Did you go to that location?
I did.
And about what time did you arrive, if you know?
About 26 hours.
Okay. What did you observe when you arrived?
I observed people everywhere. So Timberline has about 1,500 students that go there, and school had just gotten out at 1,400 hours. So you have students that self-transport there, so they drive their own cars. You have a good amount of students that are leaving with school district provided transportation, as well as a group of students that take public transit or intercity transit. Timberline High School is located just north of Mullen Road, which is also a very, very busy roadway. And then directly across from Timberline High School is Lakes Elementary. And that school was due to get out at about 1440 hours. So you had students, their guardians on standby in the parking lot directly across the street waiting to pick up their kids. And then in addition to seeing people everywhere, I noticed some of my Lacey police partners talking to various groups within the student parking lot and along Mullen Road.
And you may have said this and I missed it. Is that the school that you're an SRO for, or are you an SRO for a different school?
Timberline is not my primary high school, but I do cover additional schools on Fridays, just with the varying schedules of the 3 SROs that are employed by our agency.
And what is your primary high school?
River Ridge High School.
Whose primary school is Timberline as an SRO?
Officer Howard, Alicia Howard.
And was this a Friday?
It was.
Okay. So had you been there during the school day and were coming back, or had you not been there that day? You said, and I asked that because you said you would kind of cover down for folks on Fridays, right?
Correct.
So what was happening on this Friday?
So I try to spend majority of my time at my high schools. I don't exactly recall what was going on, but when the call came out, I was responding from River Ridge High School.
Okay. So you said you arrived and you saw lots of people, lots of cars based on the time of day it was, and you saw some of your law enforcement folks there too. Do you remember who was there?
Yes, so I initially made contact with Corporal Pruneda, who's now been promoted to sergeant, Officer Hang, Officer Dawes, Officer Bell, and Officer Chavez, who was on field training with Officer Bell.
Okay, so Chavez was on field training with Officer Bell?
Correct.
Does that mean they would have ridden together?
Correct.
Okay. And what did you do when you arrived?
I made initial contact with Corporal Pruneda just to kind of inquire what was going on. And then Officer Hang, I also made contact with him, and I inquired if anybody had made their way into the school to locate Fatima. And I was advised nobody had made their way into the school yet.
Okay, so did you go into the school from there?
I did.
Okay. Is that something that when you were making contact with other officers, there's somebody specifically handing out tasks, you go, you go, you go, or is that, as you've kind of described, you make contact and you collectively kind of figure out where the holes are and the gaps are that need to be filled?
Correct. Find where the holes are at, knowing that I was maybe 4th or 5th on scene. I tried to find work, so to speak, and knowing that I'm familiar with the building, familiar with school administration, I elected to go and track down Fatima.
And where did you go?
I made my way into the main office at about 14:30 hours, and I was advised that.
Okay, I'm gonna have you pause. Thank you.
My apologies.
That's okay. So where do you enter the school?
So if you head north through the student parking lot, it's like a double doors to get into the main office that leads into the cafeteria, and then to the right is the main office entrance.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Officer Beltran, I'm going to show you what's been admitted as State's Exhibits 1 and 2. Ask you to look at those silently to yourself for a moment, please, sir, and then look up at me when you're done. Do you recognize what I've handed you, sir?
I do.
What are those?
It's the student parking lot of Timberline High School.
Okay. And do those appear to be true and accurate representations of that area as it appeared on October 18th, 2024?
It does.
Okay, I'm going to take them back from you, okay? Permission to publish, Your Honor.
You may.
Officer Beltran, I'm going to show you first what's been marked as State's Exhibit 1. Can you...
And admitted.
Excuse me, unadmitted. Thank you, Your Honor. Can you orient the jury, please, to what they're looking at here?
Yeah, so the street that's labeled Mullen Road, it goes east and west. And then that little area is the student parking lot just north of that Mullen Road designator, right over there. And
May I
then
approach, Your Honor? I apologize for
Yes.
interrupting. You have a pointer.
Oh.
So that's okay. You have the dot here.
Okay.
It will click on that. You have to hold on. There's a delay when it starts.
Okay.
And officer, if you also can, as you use the pointer, describe what portion of the exhibit that you are highlighting. So for example, center of the photograph, right center, right lower. All right?
Will do. So this entire section, sorry, it's a little finicky. This area right here is the student parking lot.
Okay. And you're talking about just about center of that photograph. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Center of the photograph, and then near where the dot or the indicator, the red indicator, also in the center of the photograph is about where the main entrance and the office is.
Okay, so on State's Exhibit 1, when you look at that photograph, you said right about where the red dot is, which is just to the right of center. Is that where the administration offices are?
Correct.
Okay, and are the main doors to the building right there as well?
Correct.
Okay. I'll take that up. Well, actually, I'm going to hit pause. When you said you went in to make contact, where did you enter?
So I initially pulled in with my patrol vehicle here. I made contact with Corporal Pruneda and Officer Hang, and then
This is highlighting the area near the bus stop, which is the lower middle portion of the exhibit.
my apologies. And then I proceeded to move my patrol car through the driveway and parked my car about center of the photograph right here.
Okay. Where are the entrances and exits to Timberline High School, if you know? You
There-
described that main entrance. Are there any other entrances or exits?
Yes, there is. Well, as far as main entry exit points, this would be the front of the school, but there is additional entry exit points further west of the school, near the bus drop off, which is this area I'm pointing at too, which is also middle of the photograph as well. This is the bus loop. And then there's an additional entry exit point that's almost near like the auditorium.
Okay, so there's a couple of them.
Correct.
And
Okay.
that last spot that was highlighted was just below the middle of the photograph, below the middle.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take that back from you. All right. Actually, when you entered, were you able to just walk right in? Meaning were the doors unlocked and open to the public?
At that point, they had just lifted lockdown protocols, but I do have a special key fob to bypass locked doors that was issued to me by the school district.
Do you get notified if school goes into lockdown?
Typically, yes.
Okay. Is that why you have that? Did you call it a key fob?
Yes.
Okay. Is that why you have that key fob?
Yes. And it can be used all across the school district. So it's not just Timberline High School, but at any of the other schools within our city limits.
Okay. So you went there, you had the capacity, you didn't have to end up using it. Is that correct?
I believe I still fobbed in.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes.
And where did you go when you entered?
I entered the school and then made my way to the main office to inquire where Fatima was at.
Okay. And who, if anyone, was in the main office, if you remember?
There were several counselors. There was Principal Dean. There was the Dean of Students. I don't recall her name. But several people pointed me back to an office with where the nurse was present with Fatima.
Did you know any of the counselors' names?
I believe one of the Dean of Students might be Miss Ratcliffe.
Okay.
Principal Dean. I'm not sure about the others.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So you made contact with the adults that were in the main office, and they sent you back to where?
So I walked through the main office. I believe it was the nurse's office. I walked back there and entered the room.
And who was back in the nurse's office?
The nurse, at the time, it was Fatima, Isaiah, and Principal Dean. And there might have been one or two others, but I was only in there for maybe 10 seconds or so. I was in there very, very briefly.
Okay. And then where did you go after that initial, about 10 seconds is the nurse's office? What happened next?
Yeah, so I inquired if Fatima needed medical, and I was advised yes, so I exited the room and called for medical or fire to respond to evaluate Fatima.
And did they in fact arrive and conduct a medical evaluation?
They did.
For who?
Fatima.
How did Fatima appear to you when you made contact with her?
Upon initial contact, she was seated. She was quiet in the corner, but then again, I was only in there for, just a few seconds to inquire about medical, and then I remained out of that room until fire completed their evaluation.
Where did you go while fire was doing their evaluation?
I remained outside in the main office, going back and forth to see if we can track down video surveillance, to talk to my partners, to just kind of figure out where we're at in this investigation.
Do you know how long it took medical to see her? How long did it take fire to see her?
I believe they conducted their evaluation within like 11-minute span.
Were they already on the scene of the school when you arrived, or were you still waiting for them to arrive when you got there?
I was waiting for them to arrive.
So that 11 minutes that you're referring to, is that 11 minutes from the time they arrived? That's how long it took them to actually evaluate her, or is that how long you had to wait for them to arrive on scene?
I believe it took them about, let me think about this 1 second.
That's okay.
They completed their evaluation by 1450 hours. So by the time I arrived and requested for medical, that was about 1431 hours. I don't know exactly when they showed up, but they had completed their evaluation by 1450 hours.
Okay. And did you take a statement from Fatima at that time?
After being advised that she was to be transported to Providence St. Peter Hospital, I conducted a preliminary statement from her, or obtained a preliminary statement from her.
Were there any, let me back up. Did you make contact with anyone by the name of Isaiah Williams at that time?
I did.
And were you able to take a statement from him regarding those events?
At a later time.
Okay. And were his parents on scene at that time?
Yes.
Okay. At the time that the statement was taken, were his parents on scene?
They were.
Okay. Prior to that, were his parents on scene?
They were not.
Okay. Do you know about what time you took that statement from Isaiah?
About 15:45 hours.
And regarding Isaiah, were you able to observe whether he had any kind of markings or apparent external injuries on his person?
I did.
What did you observe?
He had a bump on above his left eyebrow or near his left temple. There was some redness and swelling. He also had small abrasion on his left cheek and some scratches on his left shoulder.
Did you take any photographs of those injuries that you identified?
I did.
And when and where did you take those photos?
After I conducted the audio and video recorded statement with the permission of his parents, I also took those photographs within that conference room, the same location where he was interviewed.
What was his demeanor when you observed him?
Overwhelmed, very emotional. As far as him providing me with information about his involvement,
And I
yeah,
don't want you to repeat
yeah.
anything he says. Okay.
I won't. He seemed to almost be kind of jumping around, like he didn't know how to gather his thoughts initially. So it seemed like a lot of what he was going through was a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Anna.
All right. Members of the jury, we are going to go ahead and recess for the day before the next series of questions for this witness. I truly thank you for your time and attention today. We anticipate starting back at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Please remember all of the instructions that I have given you about not discussing this case with anyone, not doing any independent research, not becoming exposed to any outside information from any source. We'll look forward to seeing you in the morning. Thank you so much. And you may step down. We'll see you in the morning. Please be seated. Ms. Stone, as it relates to your expectation on the presentation of evidence tomorrow.